Well, hello, creatures and creatures, heathens and creatures and Battle Creek. I have okay. Hold on. Cucifer, I know we're live. Did I tell you that twice, twice, someone at work has activated my knock-related psychosis and mentioned Battle Creek?
Oh God.
I Dude, this poor girl. Okay, this poor girl I used to work with. We're working, and I'm being my normally mentally unwell self, and she just goes, "Hey, you know, you kind of remind me of a friend of mine. He's from Battle Creek, Michigan."
Oh
And
no.
I, I will recreate roughly what happened. Battle Cat, Michigan. No, Battle Creek, Battle Creek. Battle Cat. Do you know the Battle Cat Alchemist? Do you know the Battle Cat Alchemist? Battle Creek. I know it's Battle Creek. Do you know the Battle Cat Alchemist? And her being like, "Are you okay?" And me being like, "You tell him ayahuasca banana hammocks told him ready to go. I love him, but I'll fuck his dead mom again if I have to." And she's just like, "What the fuck?
Let's
Are
hope
you
Christian Carpenter.
okay?" People need to stop. I need to wear a sign that says "Do not mention Battle Creek, Michigan" to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Math Pig is alive and see if he wants to join us.
Fucking someone. Stokers.
Oh shit! I forgot to send him your fucking Discord.
Wow, you did.
Yeah, I
I
forgot.
Wow. I'm
In my defense, I've had a lot of shit
you know
going on.
yeah, you got a lot of shit going on. That's no, it's fine. I just I'm just gonna say the Christian Carpenters out here fucking supporting me existing, and good guy, good guy. Wrong
Run,
about
Christian
chewing
Carpenter.
tobacco, but
Run. So anyway, what's today's topic?
today's topic is I'm alive. I touched a lot of grass. A lot of grass. Oh my god, Erica's here. Hello. Oh my. People are here. I
Yep.
haven't streamed in. I think my last stream was 2023.
Sounds about right.
What's wrong with you people? I love you, but what's wrong?
Ginger Nation. What's wrong with you?
Nation. What's wrong? What's wrong with people?
Do you know the backstory of why he yelled at me?
Yes.
All I did was say hi in the chat, and then he started yelling at me.
Yes. Yes. I know. That's what makes it so delicious is that he had a fucking I don't even okay, look. We've all oh, well, I guess most of us have had a moment where we just lost our cool for little to no reason. And like I can't judge anyone because I mean, come on, have you seen when I've lost my cool? Okay, all right. But
Maybe a few
my
times.
god, that one was just so funny because you literally did nothing.
Yeah, dude, like I hadn't been around YouTube in like 2 weeks because my grandpa just passed away, and like I
I know.
I just
I
popped in the
weren't
side
even
chat. Yeah, I was just
there.
like,
You
"Hey,
hadn't
what's up,
said
man?"
anything in weeks, and you just popped up. And you were like, "Hey," and he just fucking
Freaks the fuck out.
lost
Yeah.
it. Which, to be fair, as I was saying earlier, every time someone mentions Battle Creek, Michigan to me in real life, I fucking have a 10-minute long meltdown where I just start shouting, "What do you know about the Shroud of Turin? Do you think the Shroud of Turin was made by alchemy?" And people are like, "Hey, buddy, are you okay?" And I'm like, mm, Ronnie, take the motherfucking second. So, like, I get it.
Big stretch.
Big scratch. Yeah, no, this stream topic is, I'm alive, I'm not dead,
Yet
I think.
I'm going to murder you.
I touched a lot of grass, and I've been menacing people in real life.
Touched a lot of grass and ate a lot of ass.
Well, yeah, always, always. Have you met me? I'm a whore.
What's up, Erica? Nice to see you. I got yelled at on the internet the other day.
What? People never yell at you on the internet. Disregard the entire previous portion of the conversation.
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily yelled at, but people were kind of shitty at me.
Oh, what'd you
Yeah.
do?
Well, so long story short, a couple of people didn't like the way I was talking to a certain person because a certain person wouldn't leave me alone. And I went into one of those people's streams and was like, "Hey, what's good?" And then they're like, "So, are you here to clarify or apologize for what you said?" And I'm like, "What'd I say?" And then they put me backstage. And then, like, some stuff happened, and then they brought me back in. And then they basically were just like, you said mean things to this human being. And I'm like, yeah, well, they started it. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, well, that gave a lot of clarity to who and what happened.
I'll tell
I
you later.
assume other people probably understand that reference, but I have been so busy dealing with real life nonsense. I genuinely have no idea.
I'll tell you about it off air in more detail.
Fair enough.
Just to not cause drama.
Understandable.
Dude, my nose
I
is so
mean,
fucking stuffed up. It sucks.
I am the drama in real life, and okay, hey, so I had a real shitty week, right? And I went to the gas station next door to me before work today.
Right.
And I was buying like beer for tonight, and tobacco, and some other random shit. And a guy walks in with his hand in his pocket and shouts, "Don't make me commit a fucking murder." And I turned and looked at him and I was like, "Hey, I'm busy here, and don't yell at me." And then he left.
I would have been
And
like,
then
murder me.
as I'm walking out, I'm like, did this guy try to rob the gas station I was in? And I was just so fucking annoyed. I bitched him out of robbing this gas station. Like, was I just so pissed off? I was like, don't fucking yell at me.
Piece of shit.
And he left. Like, what?
As one
And
does.
what? No. Was he just like mad about something? Or did I just. The point is, I'm still a bitch in real life, I guess. If not more so. And you know what? This all goes back to George H.W. Bush being the head of the CIA.
So I looked at your channel, and the last time you were live was February 24th of 2024.
Ooh. No, no, because I wasn't actually live for that one.
Yeah, you were.
Was I? What's the
Yeah.
title of it?
Detransitioning stream.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, so it's been a little over a year, I guess. It hasn't been 2 years. It's been a year and 2 months. Yep, 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 yep. I yeah. I mean, I'm really bitchy, and I am not a small human being. So I think just the fucking cold, dead gaze and the I'm busy here.
The cold dead gays resting in their basement.
Dude fucking exploded in. He came in through the outdoor, by the way. Not like the Prince song. There was no Raspberry Beret involved, but he opened up the going outdoor instead of walking in the indoor and shouted, "Don't fucking commit a homicide or a murder." He said murder, not homicide. And I was just like, "Hey, I'm busy here." I channeled my inner Karen, which really isn't hard to do because it's kind of unnatural. I don't know if y'all noticed. Well, yeah, I I have been told that. Oh, I got distracted. Hughes, I'm sorry, you were speaking, and I had an insane day. I've had an insane couple of days. I just. But to be fair, you also have insane days. You
Yeah.
are. You're gonna be here soon. You're gonna be here soon, you little gremlin.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving on Sunday.
Leaving also. Wait, what's today? Okay, today's Monday? I guess it's Tuesday now,
Officially
but
Tuesday, yeah.
yeah.
And now I'm opening Pokemon packs.
I excited. It's real boring up here.
I'm pretty excited.
It's I'm gonna say it's a nice kind of boring. It is a very comfortable kind of boring. And I say this just because like motherfuckers will be like, I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. And then they'll like try and give you like a Marvel Avengers Endgame fucking speech. And then all you gotta do is punch them in the mouth once and they cry and leave. And it's like, okay, fucking whatever.
Wait,
Bye.
bro, they don't have Scizor in the Pokemon game card game, and it makes me sad.
Oh, but Caesar's fucking goated, dude.
It's my second favorite Pokemons. Or third favorite, actually. Ooh,
What's your first favorite game on?
Lucario and then Gengar.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, in the card game, dragon types suck because they got rid of fairy types, and now dragon types have to have like 5 different fucking energies. And by the time you get one,
Oof.
all 3 of them on there, you basically lost the game because somebody's dick punching you.
Hey, Christian Carpenter. I lived in the actual epicenter of nowhere of Wisconsin. I get it. It's just corn. Just corn. Every direction you look, it's just corn. And then there's the crazy guy who has like an airplane and a SpongeBob statue in his yard. And then it's more corn. And then more corn. And then it's a strip club surrounded by corn. And then it's just more corn. It's just so much corn.
Corn, and really bad porn.
Oh my god, hello. Yes, I am. So my phone broke and I can't get a hold of my old Discord. Um, I have a new Discord. I don't use it much. Yes, I am. Jesus, people are just coming in here and seeing me be alive. Yes, I am alive. Holy shit, how do I get you information to contact me? I don't know. I'll figure that out at some point.
Piss butt.
No, I love corn whiskey. Corn whiskey is amazing. I love corn whiskey, but this ain't the kind of corn that make. We're talking like fucking crack corn and feed corn, my dude. I just yum yum tastes like
Corn.
pain.
Corn tastes like corn.
No, Christopher Rodriguez. I'm sorry for doxing you. That I've decided that's
First and middle.
that it's like David Stone and ayahuasca banana hammock. That's your new real fake docs.
That's what we're debating is penis.
We are debating sleeping on what the fuck did I title this stream?
Sleeping on broken glass or some shit. Sleeping on your
Yeah.
own broken glass.
Yeah, we're because sometimes it's make
So I was thinking about this, and when we get a car and shit, we should save up some money and go to New York City.
ugh.
I know everyone's like,
No.
"Ew, New York City, it's not worth going." Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't been before. Okay, I haven't seen the fucking Statue of Liberty in real life. I haven't been to fucking the 9/11 memorial. I want to go see shit. Okay,
I
I also want to
yeah,
scream at
I
the top of my lungs
guess.
that the New York Yankees suck ass.
I mean, like, fucking go ahead, my dude.
I don't want to go
Like
alone.
that's
That'd be not fun. I want to bring people I know so that way we can have fun.
I can guarantee you, I will not have fun.
You need to go see
I
the
know.
memorial, or else you might accidentally forget. Yeah, exactly. So he gets it. I might forget that 9/13
Yeah,
happened. Same
yeah,
on.
yeah. No. No, she's right. She's right. You might accidentally 9/11. Never forget. Never forget Imam spaghetti. Yep, yep, yep.
Like, I want to go see the fucking Statue of Liberty and shit and make fun of it because the fucking French gave it to us and the French are dirty fucking people.
Yeah, yeah. New York was cool to visit as a tourist. I went there accidentally once on my way to somewhere else, and it was the worst 2 hours I've ever experienced in my life.
But we can get high and then go. See,
Oh,
that's what you're
so then
forgetting.
I'll just have more anxiety than normal,
Wait, you get
and then there'll be
anxiety?
more people than normal. Yeah, well, it depends on what I'm smoking, but like I would much rather just
How
fucking
about
pop
this?
an
When I get
acid.
my license, right? When I get my license, because I got to work on getting my license, we'll have money saved.
You
You
want to drive all the way down? You want to drive in New York City?
listen,
You ass.
listen, listen. Okay, you drive up there. We'll get you drunk as you do, and then I'll drive home.
Motherfucker, you got it. Motherfucker, you. Okay, I would. Okay, look, Christopher Rodriguez. I don't know if you know this. I have been an alcoholic for over a decade. We do not have the ability to save up money to get me drunk in New York City.
Fine, we'll
Motherfucker,
save up
the
enough
amount
to
of
get you some
pre-gaming
alcohol.
we would need to do.
We'll get you some alcohol down there, and I'll buy you your favorite pack of Zins.
Zit, zit. I'm about to end this stream right now. You fucking insult me, Zins.
She's gonna
Fucking,
end the stream so she can scream at me.
it's a long cut. It's you fucking anything other than long cuts for fucking pussies. Oh. Oh, fucking this bitch. This bitch thinks, oh, I know, Cat, I can fucking say some funny things. Okay, you're allowed to say some funny things. That's funny. Also, fuck you too. Fuck you and your horse.
Not the horse.
Also, don't. That sounds terrible, driving around in the semi truck.
As long as you don't say fucking Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut, because I will not buy that for you. I don't care. I refuse on principle because Grizzly is fucking disgusting.
Hey, fuck you. Also, this bitch has some fucking deep seated secret knowledge of me.
I knew
Making
you liked
fun. I
Copenhagen.
fucking hate Copenhagen. How do you remember? It's been years. How do you remember I have beef with Copenhagen?
I want to buy you a whole roll of Copenhagen Long Cut,
Ah,
and then you have to chew it because I bought it for you.
why does everyone bully me for my tobacco choices? Hey, can I just say, the gas station next to me got Cougar recently,
Uh,
which is discount Grizzly. It's made by the same company. It's the exact same thing. It's just like they're less good stuff. So
so
it's like
shittier than
$3
what?
cheaper.
Shittier than shit.
Hey man. Oh, you thought it was dead for 2 years, motherfucker! You think I could die? I tried. I can't fucking die. And yeah, hey man, Grizzly's kind of shit. But like, I don't
Kind
have
of.
an ID, so I can only go to the one place where they know me, or
Oh,
the other
okay.
place they know me.
I mean, the benefit of me being in New York is I can help you get your ID.
Yes, I. If you're in Tennessee, then definitely, definitely. I we just got Cougar here. We just got Cougar here. And, I'm going to say it's perfectly acceptable. I have no real problems with it. It is basically just it's just fucking Grizzly. It's just Grizzly, and that's fine by me. I like Grizzly. Grizzly's good. It's not Stoker's, but oh, hey, I fucking cleaned it up. And also, I'm moving in a few months here, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to you more. I'll fucking
Here, I'll post Cat's Discord username
yeah,
in the
please.
chat.
Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you. Check out Fantastic Game 2 coming out on Steam Deck near you.
I've always wanted a Steam Deck, but I don't want to pay the money for it.
Bug says the Steam Deck. It's fucking cool, by the way. Also, it okay, so I knew the screen on the Steam Deck was the size of an entire Nintendo Switch. But
Speaking of Nintendo Switches, we're gonna have to go halvesies on a Nintendo Switch too.
motherfucker, hell nah.
Yeah.
I do not make enough for Nintendo Switch 2. Even going halvesies.
Well,
Motherfucker, the games are $90 a pop.
I'm supposed to be getting a good paying job, so maybe I can surprise this
Yeah, well,
present.
I'll fucking trust that as far as I can fucking throw
Listen,
Brett.
just we have to have a positive mindset, my guy. Positive mindset. Otherwise, I might just jump off the fucking state bridge.
Actually, is a state bridge. You'd be jumping off of the bridge, county bridge or city bridge, on into the Hudson River, or possibly
I'm gonna
actually
take a shit in the
into
Hudson River and blame it on you.
that would make the Hudson cleaner.
Yeah, I was told not to go swimming in the Hudson.
The next pope might be black or Filipino. Thoughts?
Congratulations.
Are they gonna continue hiding kid fuckers in non-extradition countries?
Supposedly.
Because that's what I care about. Because if they stop doing that,
Supposedly.
that would be cool. Everyone's talking about how like the Pope that just fucking died or whatever. Cool, like he was great or fucking whatever. I don't care, but like he still hid
Was that the Pope that
fucking.
liked the gay people?
Yeah, well, he really didn't. He just said they shouldn't be excluded from certain ceremonies. He was not as progressive as people claimed he was. And he also used the F slur in Italian multiple times referring to gay people. So, like, people who are saying he was super great and progressive are fucking stupid and don't actually read things. They just read news articles written to spin things better.
See, I don't keep up with the Pope, though. It's like trying to keep up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, well, they claim a lot of things. No, it was not the one before that. The one before that was like, fuck them fucking gay boys. I don't like them. Oh, new question. AI, good or bad? Q, thoughts?
It depends on what it's used for.
Would you like to elaborate?
If it's used to get rid of people and their jobs, it's bad. If it's used to make Shrek and Trump fan fiction, then good.
All right. So hot take, exact opposite opinion. Humans should be the ones not having jobs and spending their time making Shrek on Pope fanfiction. That is what humans should be doing. Also, I hate AI in general. I don't like fucking robots. I think we should just fucking burn it all and we should go back to stick and rock. Return to monkey.
Well, see, like, my biggest issue was so I'm a Call of Duty fan. We've talked about this like a million times. Um,
Nerd.
my biggest issue is Activision, or not, or yeah, Activision is
Yep.
using AI to try to replace voice actors by recording their lines and then editing their voice into AI software so that way they don't have to pay the voice actors anymore.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
No, see, exactly. We should be taking we should be taking jobs that like don't need to be done by humans and just paying those people a, universal, living income and then like training them to do other things and or letting them make art. And art would be being a voice actor. That is a job you should not replace with a machine. My job, you could fucking easily, but no, you can't because, well, I'm just gonna say, like, half of the appeal of coming to the place I work is me yelling at you, or the insanity of seeing a large, angry ginger screaming in Spanish at two Indian guys and a Pakistani.
I only did that once.
I was talking about me. Okay, I'm a redhead. I guess I'm not a ginger. I'm sorry. I'm too red to be ginger.
No,
I
you're
get too
technically
tan.
you're a ginger. You're just a half breed because you grow a full beard.
I'm a daywalker because I don't stay pale like you people.
You know what was really funny?
What?
So I found out through my aunt, which is like my biological aunt, my mom's sister, that
Oh yeah.
we not only do I have Native American blood in me, but I have Hispanic blood in me. Which, if you look at me, you could not tell because I'm about as white as a marshmallow.
They make those. They make those though.
Yeah, they do. But I was just like, "You're bullshitting me," and they're like, "No, look," and they showed me, and I'm like, "That's crazy." So I didn't get any of the benefits.
Yeah, you didn't get any of the ability to not burn in sunlight.
Or to be able to handle alcohol really well.
I just want to say I got sunburned for the first time in I think over a fucking decade in New York. This was a couple years ago, but my walk to work was an hour and 40 minutes. And there's not any shade the entire fucking way. And it was a painfully clear, non-cloudy day.
Ugh.
And I got sunburned for the first time since I was a fucking child.
I haven't
And I'm like,
gotten a
in
sunburn.
New York?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a
Yeah,
sunburn in like a long time. Most people are like, oh, it's because you don't go outside. Fuck you. I go outside all the time. I lived in Las Vegas, which is a literal fucking desert, and didn't get sunburned.
yeah,
I will never live there again, by the way. I don't give a shit. I'd rather die.
yeah, no, don't. Um, it's not super fucking fun.
No, no, it's not.
If I have 1,000 people making hats and I make a hat maker machine that makes 1,000 hats in a second, is that bad? Yeah, man, because the people making the hats are being employed and making money. and now you're using, instead of paying people, you're using the Earth's finite resources, probably oil, gas, some oil derivative fossil fuel type thing. Or, you're mining lithium in order to, create the batteries for like wind power or solar power, to run the machine, blah, blah, blah. So yes, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
How far is New York from Pennsylvania?
Um, you
Well,
could, I think
specifically, how far are we from Pennsylvania?
you could walk to Pennsylvania in about 24 hours if you didn't stop walking, I believe.
So
So,
driving wise, it's probably like 3 or 4 hours.
or I want to say, it depends on what route you take. Um, but yeah, I only know this because I calculated the amount of time it would take Luigi Mangione to fucking walk from where we live to where a friend of ours lives.
Luigi did nothing wrong.
No, also he didn't fucking do it in the first place, so
Well, even if he did nothing wrong.
people want hats sometimes, and making some hats surely must be fine. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. But yeah, I mean, like, sham hats. Sure, have a hat or two. Make a hat or two. Make an Etsy store.
You know what?
Don't don't take over the entire nation of Vietnam and force them to, make your hats for fractions of a penny on the dollar, and have a 46% trade deficit with them because you force them to make things, then you buy things from them and at a severely discounted rate, and they're still, a relatively poor country. I mean, just, stuff like that.
I wonder whatever happened to Germania.
Um, Gur exists. I
Fucking
talked to
where?
Gur 2 years ago, a year ago, no, less than 8 months ago. I'm gonna say 8 months ago.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I like Gur. I think Gur, according to Spooky, is a bit of a recluse.
Yeah, that's fair. He should
Which, I
come
mean,
back.
understandable. Yeah, I miss Gur. If anyone knows how to get in contact with Gurmania or his brother Gur Streams, I like Gur Streams better than Gurmania personally.
Yeah, because you can't prove that they're the same person because they've never been in the same room together.
Exactly.
Just like people think that I'm Batman because they've never seen us in the same room together.
Cusifer, you may have to deal with the possibility of the fact that I have a mild cult following in this area.
Oh no. I already don't like that sound.
No, you. Okay. I have been accused of being roadside Jesus. I am also bike guy. I'm weird walking guy. I'm aggressive Little Caesars person. So I'm also your friendly neighborhood anarchist. So people are just aware that I exist simply because like their car will break down on a side road and I will just emerge from the bushes and get their car working and then before they can like do anything, I'm busy walking back home. So I just disappear back into the fucking darkness.
So like
So
the other
people are they're just vaguely aware of my existence, and they'll recognize me and shout things at me while I'm walking.
So yeah, we need to get you a driver's license.
No,
Yes.
no,
And
I
car.
I refuse to drive. I have driven in this state. No,
Well, it's only until I can get mine, and then I'll drive.
it's gonna take me so much longer, Q. I'm an illegal immigrant in New York.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that hard to get you an ID, or at least a learner's permit. If anything, we'll just have to reorder a birth certificate and shit.
I have a birth certificate,
Do you
but
have your
I
social
still.
security?
So part of the problem is I need an ID to move into a real place.
Yes.
But I live in a motel,
Yes.
and they will not issue you an ID with the motel as your address because it's a motel.
Well, maybe I can do
So,
some ginger magic when I get down there, and you know.
yeah, well, that's part of the thing. We're gonna need to somehow get me mail there to prove that I live there, even though I don't live there yet. And then I don't know. I might. We'll see because it depends on how the people at the DMV are. Because they might be super cool and chill and be like, oh, okay, so like you have multiple IDs, you have everything you need, blah blah blah. So you are this person, you have the social, you have blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. Or they might just be like, no.
So you do have your
So like,
social and your birth certificate.
yep. I also have my old expired ID. I just don't. New York is weird.
Yeah. My brain feels like
Also,
mush.
I, like I said, have no interest in driving in this state. Everyone drives like a jackbag.
Well, yeah, but like, think about it this way: if you have a driver's license, and I have a driver's license, and we want to go to Philadelphia for some cheesesteaks, both of us know how to drive now legally, and we could make that
Mo-
happen.
motherfucker, we'll just fucking get Uber Eats from Delicacy Deli and get some fucking chopped cheese. All right, it's
But
fucking New
it's
York.
not.
Get your fucking chopped cheese.
Listen. As much as I love chopped cheese, and I will stand on that, I want to try an authentic Philadelphia cheesesteak. It
No,
is
you
on
don't.
my
No,
it,
you
it's on my
no.
bucket list.
Okay, so cute. I'm gonna be super real with you. A Philadelphia, a Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia. First of all, they're gonna get pissed if you call it that. Second of all, they're gonna it's gonna be shit. It's Philadelphia, Lucifer. Have you been to Philadelphia?
No, I want to go.
Motherfucker, have you seen It's Always Sunny?
I have, and I love that show.
Okay, that is the best possible thing you're gonna get in fucking Philadelphia. You're gonna get called a slur that's never been said before if you go to Philadelphia.
And I'll throw a slur that they've never heard before right back at them.
Fair enough.
Listen, man, I need to experience things, right? And I don't want to do things alone because I hate being alone. And I sure as
Fair.
fuck don't want to drive by myself because that's even scarier.
Motherfucker, you want me to drive to Philadelphia?
and I drive
Fuck.
home. Or vice versa. I drive halfway, you drive halfway.
No. No.
And we could have a homey road trip with me, you, and the bugs.
Bugs just sitting in the back with a like fucking blepping, just blep.
Windows down, head out the window. Ah!
Yeah, possibly.
I'm just saying, I think it would be good. And going, like, we could go, like, I need to go to New York City at least once while I'm there. Like, it has to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That way,
It's
like, we
New
could
York
go to
City.
some rinky-dink ass, like, shop, and I could buy my little brother a snow globe from New York City, and then mail it to him and be like,
All
"Hey,
right.
man,
You know
here's
what? That's fair. You know what? I can stand by that. That is yes. That is the American dream.
and
Actually,
it'll have no context. It'll just be got you something, snow globe,
yeah, and you could just get like you could get a snow globe that doesn't even make fucking sense.
or get
Like
a piece
it
of
could.
gum off of the public rails and send it to him."
Oh yeah. No, you don't want to do that. Actually, you can give them fucking malaria or
Herpetogonal
double
syphilis.
AIDS or something.
Eh.
Yeah.
Besides, like, we're not like hella far from NYC, are we? Like,
No, it's only you could. It's a day drive. It's an easy day drive. You can drive there, work an 8 hour shift, and drive back, and only spend the fucking 13 hours total. So
is there like a
and
bus or something that would take us up there? Because if we don't want to drive, we could always like bus it or some shit.
I don't know if we have a bus station
One
in
like
the fucking Tri County area.
a
We could
train.
probably. I know there's a train not that far away that goes just. But I think you have to switch trains once or maybe twice. But like it's all on the same line, so you just hop off and then hop back on another one.
See,
I think it's just
damn.
like a 15-mile drive to the train depot.
So that would be a long walk, but
Well, we could drive to the depot and
yeah.
pay for the parking.
And then like, we could like live stream us being in New York City. I'd be like, "Hey guys, look, we're gonna have this like piece of shit pizza."
Hey man, I live pizza shit
No,
pizza.
no, you do not live in pizza. You live in grease covered cardboard.
Hey, we make our own dough. Q.
That's frozen.
No, it's not. We make
Fine.
it out of flour and water and yeast every morning
Then why does it constantly give me diarrhea?
because we make it with our bare fucking hands.
Why is it so greasy?
Oh, so it, the pans are filled with fucking oil, and then the dough is put in it, and then everything is just all the toppings and cheese are so greasy that it just like double greases itself, and it like cooks itself in grease. It's not baked. It is like it is shallow oil fried. That is essentially how it's cooked. I I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I can say that, even though we haven't said where I work. But still,
Yes, you have.
not on this stream.
That's fair. She totally works at Papa John's, guys.
Dude, okay. I okay. Y- y- So I've gained some weight since being in New York, right?
I would fucking hope so.
Okay, but like I've gained a bit more than I probably should. But I'm talking to my coworker today, and his English is not super great.
As one does.
And we're talking about one of the other guys who sometimes comes down and helps us out. Um, and I guess no one's gonna have any way to know who these people are. So FaZe, guy named FaZe, sometimes comes down and helps us out. He's from Pakistan. He's a Muslim guy. And the guys I work with on the weekend are both Indian. They're Gujarati men. But fucking the other day FaZe came down and scared the shit out of me. Because I noticed Rahul was in the drive-thru, and I walked over, and fucking FaZe shouts out of his car, "Fatman!" And scared the shit out of me. I jumped straight through the ceiling onto the roof. And then I'm like fucking holding my chest because my heart's fucking beating out of it. And then FaZe is like, Yahmir Habibi. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, baby.
So I told Rahul today, I'm like, hey buddy, next time FaZe is here, fucking tell me so I can hide. I'm afraid he's gonna eat me. Or something. Like, he scares me. FaZe scares me. Dude, I am not afraid of people. FaZe scares me. He looks like he's seen some shit. Right? And so I tell Rahul that. And Rahul looks at me and he's like, oh, no worries, no worries. And he fucking pats me on the shoulder and he goes, FaZe no eat ham. And then he pats me on the shoulder again and starts laughing and walks away. And I'm like, motherfucker, you just called me a little piggy.
Oh, baby.
You just called me a piggy. You called me a pig. You fucking fat like a pig. Yes, he did. They're great. I love them.
We also, when we
Oh,
get to New York City, right?
yeah.
We need to, like, find the most, like, fucking Muslim store we could find and buy a blanket.
Sure. We could just
It's nice.
we are there's a smoke shop right next to where I live. We're gonna need to go there. I'll bring in I know the guy who owns the place. He's cousins with a couple of the people I've worked with. Um Super great, super friendly guy. He will fucking hook you up with whatever the fuck you need. He's got fucking halal vapes. I didn't even know they made those, but he's got fucking halal vapes, dude. Like
Wait,
I don't
there's
even know
vapes
what
that
that
are halal?
means. Yeah, I didn't even like I said, I didn't know they made that. They have fucking halal tobacco. I didn't know they fucking made that.
How do you spell that?
HALAL.
I don't even know what that means. Permissible or not.
Um Permissible, yeah.
So there's
It's
Islamic or there's Arabic friendly vapes.
Muslim friendly. Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. Um it's nice shop. Oh, also there's a dispensary that just opened up in between me and the Chinese place next door to
Oh,
me.
so all that means is there's like no like
What, pork in it?
I guess.
Does the
Also they can't
tobacco have to grow a beard?
See, so it says halal vaping refers to e-liquids and vape products that adhere to Islamic dietary laws, specifically avoiding any ingredient or processes that are considered harmful or forbidden. This means excluding alcohol, pork derived products, and generally any ingredients not considered permissible under Islamic law. Some brands offer halal certified e liquids, and there are also nicotine free halal alternatives like Bello Zero pouches.
Huh.
But apparently, you're not supposed to vape during Ramadan.
Well, yeah. You're not allowed to do a lot of things during Ramadan.
Does that mean you can't, like, during Ramadan?
You can't what? I don't think you're allowed to do that while being Muslim, honestly.
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm not eating fried donuts from the Chinese place next door. Fuck you. Why, who would do that?
Oh, well,
Am I right?
hang on. My Google search
Hanging.
history is gonna be fucking scuffed. Huh. You were right. Well, see, here's the problem. There's some places that say you can, and there's some that say you can't.
I think it depends on what kind of Muslim you are.
See, my thing is, like, if you're doing it to porn, then you're not allowed to, because, like, porn is haram,
Yes.
right?
And I
But,
guess
like,
if you do it while having lustful thoughts, I guess that would also be haram. But like, I guess if you just beat off
what if you're doing it, like, in front of your
non-sexually,
wife?
I don't know because I assume it's the you're not allowed to spill your seed on the ground law still applies.
Yeah, I don't know. No offense, but this is why I'm not Muslim, because I don't know dick about their religion.
I've had very interesting conversations with some of my Muslim coworkers.
You should ask them.
Um, I might next time. I don't. One of them, I might just fucking text him. He doesn't come down here anymore because our manager fucking stole his keys, and he wasn't able to drive the hour back to his house, and we had to walk to our manager's house at like fucking 11 p.m. It was a whole thing. But like, I'll just fucking text him and be like, "So, anyways, I need to know I'm doing stream."
Is whacking off as a Muslim bad?
Yes, I mean he's said that, but like, I would like to know if you're allowed to do that like on your wife.
Yeah, like, can you fucking bust a load on her
But
face?
yeah, I'm curious now, cause like, and so my buddy I work with, used to work with, he doesn't come down anymore, but he's so funny. He was like a super chill Muslim. Like he was very Muslim, but he was like chill about it. And one of my favorite things is he would be like FaceTiming people from Pakistan, like his friends or family. And they would just
Did
be
you
like, is the Jew working with you today? Is the Jew working with you? And then he'd be like, hey, buddy, come over here. And I'd be like, yeah. And then he would just turn the fucking phone to look at me and just see my dumb fucking face with my crazy eyes. And they'd be like, Jew, Jew, Jew. And they'd be so excited. Because they've just never seen one before. And I'm just like, really?
Unless they've murdered them. Yeah.
Yeah, they've just, like, they've only ever heard. And they're like, oh my god, an atheist Jew, they make those! And they're like losing their minds. And they're just so excited. And I'm like, man, I wish Americans could be like this about different people.
See,
What the fuck?
what's weird is I've had a lot of reactions from people I'm friends with when they found out I was Christian again. Like,
wait, what? Hold on, hold.
Oh, you didn't.
What?
I forgot to tell you, didn't I? Surprise.
You know, you're not allowed to fucking beat off when you're Christian too, right?
Listen, as long as I ask for forgiveness, it's fine. It's not an unforgivable sin, so it's fine.
Motherfucker.
Besides, I only really do it when I want to go to sleep.
Questioning God is an unforgivable sin. Questioning God is an unforgivable sin. Denying God is an unforgivable sin.
Well,
you've done both of those things.
Well, I was confused and hated myself, yes. But it's fine. It's fine.
Not according to the book.
Listen. If I don't get to go to heaven, that sucks, I guess. But I am Christian again, yeah. Sorry to drop that surprise on you. I thought I told you already. You know what, like, my favorite thing about our friendship is, though?
What?
It's like you and I could go, like, 7 years without talking to each other and then pick up a conversation again like we just got done having it.
Yeah, that's kind of how friends work, yeah. Well, we are both children of the gutter.
Yeah, we are the trash.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is another reason we need to go to New York or city. That's why we need to go, because, like, we're trash. And we need to scatter the trash. We're the trash mans.
Trash man. That's Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, but we'll take it to New York. It's fine.
Okay. Now that I'm aware of this information, okay, all right. How?
What do you mean?
The fucking cruciism. What the fuck?
Oh, I'll tell you off air. There's a lot to it.
All right. Fair enough.
The
You keep your secrets for now.
The one thing I will tell you is it did help that my brother didn't go to prison. So that was a.
You're just that's. I don't even know why your brother would be.
I'll catch you up on everything later.
Hey man, I've been out of the loop for a fucking while.
Yeah.
I fucking dropping shit on Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh. Like a vault. You know, I'm just saying, don't be like those people that all fucking the past week have been wishing me happy Easter. And it's like, Motherfucker, it's Passover. It's Passover. You cocksuckers stole our holiday with your fake fucking Jesus guy, claiming we killed him and then blamed us for 2,000 years and used it to genocide us. And then you're gonna be like, Happy Easter. Fuck you.
Wait, but aren't you an atheistic Jew?
Yeah, yeah, I am ethnically Jewish though.
Yeah, but why would you celebrate Passover if you don't believe in God?
I don't celebrate Passover. But like culturally, I recognize all of these holidays. Like,
See, I think I can convert you.
oh no, Cucifer, I have been an atheist for, I'm sorry, an apatheist for a very long time, and I am, in my opinion, I can pretty much guarantee if you quote me something from the Bible, I might be able to quote it back to you in the Hebrew or Aramaic. Like,
Oh, that would be a
I
really fun thing to do when we're stoned.
I know a lot, Cucifer. I don't know. I I went to 3 different churches and Hebrew school at the same time while going to a Christian school of a different denomination as a child. I know so much, and all of it contradicts each other. I'm
So
not trying to convert you. I am just saying my opinion. I am happy if you are happy, and that is my thing. And
yeah,
that's fucking good. Hey, we're allowed to have different opinions. We're allowed to not agree. And I think it's a great thing when we don't have different opinions and we can still be friends. I think it's a wonderful, beautiful, amazing thing. I still think it's fucking stupid, but you're allowed to think I'm fucking stupid. So, what are
damn,
you gonna think?
you can't even smoke weed as a Muslim
No, no, you
unless it's
can't,
medical use.
dude. Dude, my my buddy I used to work with, I I found out he never had a cigarette, never had weed, never drank, and I'm like, brother man, what the fuck? He smoked halal, no nicotine hookah before. And I'm like, do you have joy in your life, young man?
I think halal vaping is just nicotine-free vaping then.
It depends.
I'm pretty positive
Cause
because
like
if they can't smoke nicotine, then it has to be no nicotine.
so so halal changes depending on where you are in the world. Because halal in like the Middle East is different than halal here because you're not in the Holy Land. So there are certain things that are permitted that wouldn't be back in the Holy Land. So it's a very weird because like I've had coworkers from Pakistan, from Palestine, from Saudi Arabia and Dubai. And they all have like different ideas about it, and it's actually quite interesting. I'm gonna be
So
honest.
I'm looking. Hang on. Um, some scholars argue that nicotine is haram because it's a harmful substance that can lead to addiction and other health problems. They also cite the fact that smoking it, which contains nicotine, is explicitly prohibited in Islam. Other scholars argue that nicotine itself is not harmful, but its use can be considered haram if it leads to harmful consequences such as addiction or neglecting religious duties. They point out the Quran does not specifically mention nicotine.
Yep, that sounds about right.
See, but there's no way the Quran mentions weed.
Yeah, well, the Bible doesn't mention a lot of things.
Well, it's not against Christianity to smoke weed.
No, it's not. But I mean, there's a lot of things people claim the Bible claims that it doesn't. So, like,
And that's how you go to
six of
hell.
one, 2 dozen of the other.
Well, see, that's how you go to hell is by claiming things that are that to be in the Bible when they're not. That's false.
You
So,
know that reminds me of a quote. Only a fool claims to know the whims of God, and only a charlatan claims to understand, or something to that effect. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you a point. I'll give you a point. I will give you 1 point. I don't know what the point
see,
goes to, but you get one.
I think in the Old Testament it says you're not supposed to masturbate, but I don't think it says that in the New Testament.
In the
And
Old Testament, it says you're not supposed to spill your seed upon the ground.
but what if it's in a napkin? Then it's not on the ground.
Yes, it just says do not spill your seed upon the ground.
See, like also, like
Have you read all through all the Levitical laws? Because you should definitely do that. Because I would just like to point out some people may tell you that there's the whole new covenant thing, except for the fact that Jesus Christ himself came and said, I have not come here to change a jot or tittle of the law. He is not changing anything of the old laws. So you still have to follow the old laws.
but I'm
Just
not Jewish.
putting that out there.
Technically I don't
Well,
because I'm not Jewish.
you're Christian and Jesus is not correcting any of the old laws, so he's not changing the old laws. You still have to follow. Do you still follow the Ten Commandments?
I try to.
Okay, so why not the other 628 of them?
Listen, man, just because I don't want to murder somebody doesn't mean I want to not eat pork.
Okay, well, Jesus Christ himself said he came not to change a jot or tittle of the law.
I don't think he
So
said.
you have to follow those laws. Jot or tittle.
I
That
don't
is,
think.
I'm sorry, that's just how it's translated in the King James Version. But, like, not to change anything from the old laws, essentially, how that comes out to. He's not here to change anything from the old law. The new covenant is a whole separate, weird idea.
Dude, my Google searches are gonna fucking get me on a watch list or some shit.
Oh, honey, I'm already on. Well, okay, well, I did that domestic terrorist activity once back in 2014, and I've been on a watch list ever since.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
in the Roman Catholic,
yep, the KJV, King James Version.
no, Catholicism, King James, and other King James are kind of different.
The
Because
NKJV, the new King James Version, is different than the original King James Version, yes.
most Christians besides Catholics use KJV.
That is factually incorrect. A huge portion of Protestants use the New International Version.
Ew.
I don't know where you're getting your information, but
Well, I'm
like
not a
the
Protestant.
Protestant Bible is the New International Version. That's the generic Protestant Bible. There's also the New Jerusalem Bible. There's the Gideon Bible. The Gideon Bible is probably the most common Bible in existence, whether or not people read it or use it. But they're in like every motel room that's ever existed. Just there's a lot of translations, and I don't think the NKJV only came around when I was a teenager when they made the NKJV.
So I guess in Protestant lore, it's not wrong to masturbate. From what I just
How?
read. I don't know. It's just what I read.
Because Jesus still said he's not changing the law, and you're still not supposed to spill your seed on the ground.
Hang on, let me pull up my history.
So, is this one of the thing where Paul changed something because Paul is basically the second Jesus?
It says many Christian denominations consider masturbation to be a sin. This view is often based on interpretations of Scripture and belief that sex is primarily intended for procreation and marital intimacy. However, other Christian denominations, particularly in North and Western Europe, as well as some in North America and Australia, do not view masturbation as a sin. And then today, the Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, and some Protestant Christians consider masturbation to be a sin. Many Protestant churches in North and Western Europe and some Protestant churches in North America and Australia/New Zealand see masturbation as not a sin.
Okay, but where's the biblical backing for that? Because good luck
I'm at
finding
vividchristianity.com. Says masturbation is not a sin. The Bible never says that masturbation is a sin. It is one of those taboo subjects that people don't often talk about, but it is important for us to know whether or not it's a sin in God's eyes. I've tried to deal with the subject carefully, but please forgive me if anything I say makes you uncomfortable. God wants us to know His will, so we should try to set aside our personal reactions in order to seek His view on the matter. It is important that we do not follow our feelings, assumptions to dictate our beliefs. When I studied the Christian argument against masturbation and compared them with the Bible, I discovered is all that of the arguments against masturbation are flawed, often in similar ways due to the assumption that people are making. This article is consistently viewed far, far more often than any other article at my website every single month, which indicates many Christians want to know what the Bible says about this topic. Holy shit.
I'm just going to say, what the Bible says about the topic is, you shall not spill your seed upon the ground.
Well, hang on. I'm getting to that. You gotta let me go through my thing. Here, I'm going to share the screen.
Sure. Oh, I did a button, I think.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you did it. Does the possibility of addiction prove that this is a sin?
What?
Yeah, so this is the whole shtick about...
Okay, that it doesn't need for the possibility of addiction. It's it's specifically said as a law. You shall not spill your seed upon the ground.
There's like 100 things I gotta get through here.
Well, it doesn't matter if none of them...
Okay, so we'll skip the...
Is there another spot in the Bible where it says you can spill your seed on the ground?
We'll skip the possibility of addiction. Gratifying the flesh or fantasizing. Some people claim that masturbation is a sin because it's done for the purpose of gratifying the flesh. However, this is a false argument against masturbation because the New Testament never says that gratifying the flesh is a sin. For example, when you scratch an itch, you're gratifying...
But Jesus didn't come to change anything from the old law, so the old law still applies. So it doesn't matter if the New Testament doesn't explicitly say it, it's implied by the fact that Jesus said the old law is still valid.
Hang on.
Gewalt, you fucking cruciferous vegetables. I'm sorry, I'm having fun. I hope you are.
So, when he said that, what he meant, and because there's a certain part of the New Testament that talks about a lamb dying, right, and absolving
the whole New Testament.
So, when Jesus said that he is not here to change the old law, he meant that he was here to fulfill a certain part of the Old Testament that was describing up to where he was supposed to come in. Not
So
that.
actually, that was a ram, not a lamb. It was a ram in Isaiah, not a lamb. So he's actually not fulfilling that if he's the Lamb of God. He would have to be the Ram of God, which a lamb is a baby sheep and a ram is a male goat. So
What he says in Matthew 5 through 17, 17, do not think I came to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish but fulfill. For truly I say unto you, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest letter or stroke shall pass from law until all is accomplished, which was meaning when he died. Anyway, back to the topic of masturbation.
that's all that was accomplished. So
Can I finish?
I mean,
Goddamn.
well, all right, go ahead. My bad. So I'm getting too horny.
Okay. So we were, however, this is a false argument against masturbation because, God, okay, I'm just going to say jacking it because the New Testament
Jorking the
never
penis.
says playing with yourself. The New Testament never says that gratifying the flesh is a sin. For example, when you scratch an itch, then you are gratifying the flesh. When you eat drink something because it tastes good or because you are hungry or thirsty, then you're gratifying the flesh. When a husband and a wife make love and experience physical or emotional pleasure, they are gratifying the flesh. These things are not a sin, so gratifying the flesh is not sinful in itself. The sin in the method that we are using to gratify the flesh, such as adultery. If we can prove from the Bible that masturbation is a wrong method for gratifying the flesh, then masturbation would be a sin. But the argument of jacking it is done for the purpose of gratifying the flesh does not mean anything because gratifying the flesh is not sinful in itself. What the Bible actually says. Okay.
Oh well, that doesn't matter because the Bible doesn't make that fucking argument. The Bible just says, "You shall not spill your seed upon the ground." I don't. Oh, cool. It doesn't say I don't give a fuck about the addiction. I don't care if it's gratifying the flesh. It just says you shall not. What the fuck? I. It says you. It says don't do it. It says it. It says don't do that. So like I'm kind of lost here as to why we need multiple apologetics that aren't addressing the actual fucking thing where it
Okay.
says you shall not spill your seed upon the ground.
So I found out it's Genesis 38:9. You shall not spread your seed on the ground. Refers to Orin's act of ejaculating outside his brother's wife Tamar during coitus, interrupts to prevent her from becoming pregnant and producing an heir for his deceased brother. This was done intentionally to avoid fulfilling the biblical duty of levirate marriage. Levirate marriage in ancient Israel, if a
Yep,
man
where
died without.
you fucking marry your fucking brother's wife or whatever, your dead brother's wife. Yep.
Yeah, so that's not what that meant. It doesn't mean you can't jack off. It just meant like, you if the law was just like you have to have a kid.
Well, but you have to come in something.
So,
You have to come in something. That is
well, yeah, but that was just for, those
no.
specific peoples.
It's specifically you can't spill your seed upon the ground. It's not you can't pull out when you're fucking your dead brother's wife. It's specifically you cannot spill your seed upon the ground. That is the phrasing used, and I think that's important because it's different in English than it is in Hebrew or Aramaic or Greek, which I think a lot of you crucifer vegetables like to imply it's a similar thing and also not take the
Here we go.
culture into account.
Here we go. Okay. So we get to the part that says Onan. Some people say that Onan masturbated in the Old Testament, and they said that God
Onan.
killed him for his
It's
wickedness.
Onan.
Onan, my bad. Here's what the Bible says about Onan. Judah got a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the Lord's sight, so the Lord put him to death. The Judah said unto Onan, lie with your brother's wife and fulfill your duty as her to her as a brother-in-law to produce offspring for your brother. But Onan knew that the offspring would not be his. So whenever he lay with his brother's wife, he spilled his goo on the ground to keep from producing an offspring for his brother. What he did was wicked in the Lord's sight, so he put him to death also. By the law or custom, it was Onan's duty to marry his dead brother's widow and to provide an offspring who would carry on his dead brother's name. This later became a part of the law of Moses. Deuteronomy 25, 5 through 10, Matthew 22, 23 through 28. Notice that Onan did not jerk it, but instead he slept with his dead brother's widow, as was his duty. However, because of his wicked and greedy heart, he deliberately prevented her from conceiving any children, because they would have been and his dead brother's heirs and not Onan's heirs. This is a sin which the Lord put on Onan to death. It had nothing to do with jerking it. Here are some things the Bible commentaries say about the above passage. By the custom of the levirate, from Latin levir, husband's brother, law of marriage, the second son Onan was to marry Tamar, the widow of his brother, and raise offspring for his brother. However, Onan repeatedly used the law for gratification. He took advantage of the situation but refused responsibility that went with it. So God took his life too.
So once again, doing it near your hand is also
No,
refusing
no,
responsibility for the
no,
pleasure.
no.
This is revisited in Deuteronomy and again in Leviticus, if I'm remembering correctly. This person just pulled the first time from Genesis out.
Well, hang
I
on.
could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is mentioned a few more times in
No,
the
see, the
Torah
reason,
alone.
yeah, that's for Jews. The Torah is not for Christians.
Motherfucker, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Genesis,
Dude.
Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy.
Anyway, so the reason he was put to death was because he did this multiple times and did not obey what God told him to do.
Okay, well, but like you do
Not
realize
just
that the Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible, right?
I
Like y'all, the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible is an edited version of the Torah. You understand that, right? And then
know.
like Joshua, Judges, Jude, First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, all of that are multiple other different Jewish books that have been edited and reworked into being Christian books, right? Like you understand those weren't written by Christians because Christianity didn't exist yet,
Yes, I
right?
know.
Like that's not. So you realize, and then they're past edited. And then even then they're past edited poorly and leave a bunch of the Jew shit in.
Yes, I know. I
So
was
like
fuck with you.
okay, well, so why are you telling me the Torah is for Jews then? Because clearly it's for you if you're claiming that you follow the same. If you follow
But
Christianity, the Torah is part of it, right?
listen, it was just it was not because he it was because he didn't do what God told him to do because he was being greedy.
Okay, but like I said, this same thought is revisited in Deuteronomy and Leviticus, if I'm correct.
Yes, but it's not talking about masturbation because it even says it does not.
Spilling the seed on the ground in Deuteronomy and Leviticus, both talking about laws.
If you want to pull up the Leviticus and Deuteronomy ones, we could look at it because I don't know them off the top of my head.
So you'll trust a random person off a random article you found to back up your idea. But then when I say something, you're like, I don't know, pull it up.
I
Okay,
want you to
so
the
you're
verse
no,
off the top.
hold on. You're getting a bit too Christian for me, where you're getting a bit too comfortable being like, hey, I Googled something and it agrees with me. Hey, so don't be that kind of fucking Christian,
No, I said
okay?
we, as in you and me, can pull it up. I didn't say you. I said give me the verses and we can pull it up.
Okay, well, I don't fucking know all the goddamn hey, Cucifer, I don't know if you know this. Christians invented verses and chapters, right?
You know what I invented?
I what?
You know what I invented? Ligma.
Brett came. Shit. Oh my god. Ligma what?
Ligma balls.
Fuck. I guess I
Speaking,
have to now.
speaking of which, if there's
Oh
any like
god.
really cute goth girls that are single and interested, I am single, so. Oh, that's probably another thing you didn't know about. I'm single.
Oh no, I remember that because you told me that.
Oh, okay.
Um, well, you were just like, hey, I'm single and I'm homeless now, and I was like, Jesus fuck, I'm on. Okay, I can't do anything right this moment. Shit. And then a week later, you were just like, so anyways, I'm in Virginia, and it was like, okay, my bad, sorry.
So, anyways, now we'll be in New York.
It's a place to be.
Look at that belly.
It's okay. You can fucking you'll be welcome in the fellow big back house. I mean, fuck nuts might make some fucking heinous comments about you, but
I don't give a fuck.
I genuinely, after that last interaction, I think I like them better than the other few. And
Besides, if
that makes
anybody's
me
mean to me, I
sad.
can just sick my big sister cat on them.
Well, yeah, that is actually, I am terrified. Oh, Cucifer, you have never seen how scary I look in real life.
That's true.
The way I stand, I walk like a fucking marionette being piloted by a drunk child. And one of my eyes doesn't open as wide as the other one, but the one that opens is always way too wide. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll get used to it pretty quick. But my God, that first day, you're gonna have what the fuck Will had with it, where you're like, ugh,
I'm gonna
ugh,
have to
ugh.
like not crack jokes. That's the thing, because I'll feel bad if I do.
Oh no, you're allowed to crack as many jokes as you want. I'm fully aware I look insane, and I have like a fucking 1998 like Commodore PC walk cycle. I am fully aware of that. You can make jokes about that. Um, that's cool. It's fine. 98% of things about me you're allowed to make jokes about. Bugs is not one of them.
Oh
Don't be
yeah.
smoky. Unless the joke is funny.
All right. So, are we gonna continue, or do you want to take this off air?
Mm,
It's been a good
let's give it
hour.
like 5 minutes. How
All
about
right.
5 minutes on there? 5 minutes on there.
I just can't wait for Sunday, dude.
Yeah? What are you
Yeah.
taking? You take a bus?
I think plane. I don't really know.
Ooh, that's a short plane. That's like a 40-minute plane ride. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm getting a plane. And then somebody's going to pick me up from the airport. I don't know who, though.
Well, it's no longer COVID, so you don't have to fucking fill out paperwork saying you're Rusty Shackelford.
That is true.
You know, the only reason I got into New York was because there was a middle-aged white lady screaming about not wanting to wear a mask.
That sounds about right.
No, seriously. I got stuck in a National Guard checkpoint.
Oof.
And I was filling out fake information. Like, I dug up all the information about Rusty Shackelford, and I'm just like, I don't even remember the address, but at that moment, I pulled it out of whatever fucking back room of my brain for Rusty Shackelford in Arlen, Texas. And I filled out everything. Like, I went full on Dale Gribble, man. I went fucking feral and turned into Dale Gribble. And I was shuffling awkwardly towards
Pepe
this
Fromage.
National Guard. And there's this lady screaming, I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want a diaper on my face. And this National Guardman's just like, just throw it over there. I got to deal with this. And I threw my papers on the table and I just speed walked. And I got the will, and I'm just like, look, let's just gotta get out of here. I think I don't know what happened. Bye. Because they didn't tell me people from Wisconsin weren't allowed in New York until after I landed in New York and got off the plane.
Pepe Sylvia.
So, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's also one of my favorite things to randomly shout about, Pepe Sylvia.
Speaking of which, hang on. I think this is how we end. This is how we end the show.
Pepe Sylvia. Right. Well, and I'll give it another 12 seconds.
Oh, hang on. I pulled something up real quick.
Oh, hold on. Where are you? Oh, hold on. Hold on.
His nails up there. You can't put anything past them. Oh my god, dude, I'm freaking out. I am so stressed out. I feel like I'm having a panic attack.
You want to talk about stress? Want to talk about stress? Okay? I've stumbled onto a major company conspiracy, Mac. How about that for stress?
What the hell are you talking about?
This company is being bled like a stuck pig, Mac, and I got a paper trail to prove it. Check this out. Take a look at this.
Jesus Christ,
That right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the mail for you all day, okay? Pepe Sylvia. This name keeps coming up over and over again. Every day, Pepe's mail's getting sent back to me. Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia. I look at the mail. Well, this whole box is Pepe Sylvia. So I say to myself, I gotta find this guy. I gotta go up to his office. I gotta put his mail in the guy's goddamn hands. Otherwise, he's never gonna get it. He's gonna keep coming back down here. So I go up to Pepe's office, and what do I find out, Mac? What do I find out? There is no Pepe Sylvia. The man does not exist, okay? So I decided, oh, shit, buddy, I got to dig a little deeper. There's no Pepe Sylvia. You got to be kidding me. I got boxes full of Pepe. All right, so I start marching my way down to Carol and HR, and I knock on her door, and I say, Carol, I got to talk to you about Pepe. And when I open the door, what do I find? There's not a single goddamn desk in that office. There is no Carol in HR. Mac. Half the employees in this building have been made up. This office is a goddamn ghost town.
Okay, Charlie, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Not only do all of these people exist, but they have been asking for their mail on a daily basis. It's all they're talking about up there. Jesus Christ, dude. We're gonna lose our jobs.
Well, calm down, because here's one thing that's not gonna happen.
What?
We're not gonna get fired.
We're not.
Because we've already been fired.
We've lost our jobs?
Yeah. About 3 days ago, a couple pink slips came in the mail. One for you, one for me. So what did I do? I mailed them halfway to Siberia. Okay?
If we've lost our jobs, that means we've lost our health insurance, which means all of this was for nothing. God damn it, dude. I'm having a panic attack. I'm actually having a panic
Will
attack.
you settle down and have another cup of coffee?
I am, bro.
All right, well, fine. You know what, Barney? Give this guy a cigarette. He's freaking out.
Huh? Who?
Barney. He's the guy who tipped me off to Pepe Sylvia. Barney? Who the hell is Barney? You don't see Oh, shit. What the hell are you?
You've lost your mind. You've lost your goddamn mind, Charlie.
Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Sylvia. And with that, we end the halal chicken choking debate hour.